Good morning. Dr. Bob Flower, once again, with the Master Pattern Report for Monday, May 10th, 2010. Still with the shades. I hope you can tolerate them. Okay, so look, last week we called the silver and S&P to top, which it did significantly. Let's look at it in our silver chart, and you can see both Tuesday and Friday's move was dead on, as was the S&P. And here's the silver, and you can see the first purple mark was for Tuesday, May 4th. You can see the date down below. By the way, you can see these charts better on our blog. So, and then the second move, which occurred, predicted for Friday, May 7th, also indicated by the purple indicator line, dead square on both days, as was the S&P. So the master pattern has once again come through with its call for a big downside move in May, which we have been predicting for the last 3 months. Now, we don't think this is over yet, folks, for May. This week, we believe we will see more of the mirroring of the year-to-date performance that is up in the beginning of the week and down towards the later part of the week. We think this will continue for throughout May. We also believe that oil will continue its interrupted climb towards $92. The silver is going to depend upon the dollar. The dollar is kind of in some strange territory. It's been very, very strong here because of the euro market, but we think it's weakening due to concerns of the euro market in reverse. While investors are moving into the dollar as a safe haven, they're now becoming concerned that the failure of the euro market will occur here in the near future. And it will, soon. Let's look at some predictions for the near term according to the master pattern. China, it looks like, is in for some big trouble here pretty soon. We think they're going to hit a bubble this year, and it's going to have major repercussions throughout the world. Other countries will also experience socio-economic collapses similar to Greece, and I don't think they're going to be a surprise at this point. But we've talked about them before, as have others. Ireland, Italy, Portugal, and Spain, just to name a few, as well as some other third world nations. The stock market will continue its downward move for May. We think it will then recover nicely into the summer, and possibly as long as early fall, as the euro plan is successful in kicking their collapse down the road for a year or two at most. And that's all that's happening, folks. These are just temporary measures. Then, this fall, we'll experience another harsh downturn in the United States market. Now, note carefully, if this downturn occurs, as we see it occurring according to the master pattern, it will be the beginning of the end of the American model as we know it. Nothing good is going to come after that. We hope that this is wrong, but we've been calling for this for 3 years, and we think it is now upon us. Right? The way the country goes will depend upon the spirit and dedication of the American public, not the government. This is a period of time where the American public has the opportunity to take control. Never before in the history of this country has the American public had the opportunity to take control of the government like we do now. And that goes for both conservative and liberal alike, together. This is the biblical battle of good and evil. You can bet your sweet ass on it. That's exactly what's going on. And the only way we can win this battle is to reject the notion of evil as it's being presented to us by our so-called leaders. It's a reality that serves a purpose, in effect. Okay? And that purpose being the achievement of human potential. We must work together, public, under whatever guise you want to call it, Tea Party, I don't care what you call it, whether it's liberal or conservative, to take back control of this country and put it on a path that we're going to be able to bring us back to the fundamental principles that we all believe in. And there is common ground here, folks. I can tell you that I've seen issues that, for instance, government trying to make evil out of the banks, for instance. Well, here's something that I just found out today, that concerning the private mortgage market in this country, banks only lend about 30%. The balance of the loans are generally given by institutions such as credit unions. Banks pay taxes, and they pay high taxes. Credit unions don't pay taxes. And I want to give you one guess as to who the largest credit union is and belongs to. Yep, the Congressional Credit Plan. It's the largest in the country, owned by the government for government employees, and of course it doesn't pay any taxes. It wouldn't have it, because the standards are so much different. I hate to sound so down and what people would call negative, but it's not negative. It's reality, because time after time we have made major call and they've happened, such as what's going on right now. And I'm telling you that it's so easy to turn away and turn your television set on and open your can of beer and sit back and bitch and moan. But if we don't get out and we don't take control, we don't fight these guys, and we don't try and put in practices that take us back to the very successful model that this country was born on, that notion of manifest destiny, and being kind to your neighbor, kindness coming out of your heart, not out of your pocketbook, kindness coming out of spirit to do the right thing, not out of legislation. These are the things that will turn this country around and bring it back to its glory that it was. But if we don't get out there, for the most part, and do what we have to do, every single one of us, forget about it. It's all over, folks. It's all over. And Greece is just a microcosm of what's going to happen in this country. Get out there and do something. Wake up and fight. Let them know that you're not going to let them take control. That they're not going to get away with this thinking, this standardized garbage thinking that they're so enamored with. This is Dr. Bob Flower. Have a good week.